Hey folks, thanks for joining me today. In today's tutorial, we're going to be doing another mandala. This is, I'm calling the Christmas tree mandala. And you'll see why as we move our way out to the edge of the grid lines here. So I painted this black by DecoArt, and then I drew on grid lines so I could have things evenly spaced, and they're just guidelines. And I used my General's charcoal pencil because it wipes off with a damp rag or with an eraser, and it doesn't indent the paint like the base coat, so you don't see that once it's resined or whatever coating you want to put on it, whether it be a varathane or maybe like a resin, anything like that. It does not show any of the indents in the paint because it doesn't do that. So that's why I use it. So I'm using a lot of different colors here, but they're all going to be listed in the description below. So if I do forget to mention what paint color I'm using, you can always go down and see in the listing below in the description of all of the colors that I use, including the brand names. So because each brand name I find, or each brand, they may have the same name of a color of a paint, but it's different. Perfect example, and I've shown that in a previous video, is the Kelly Green. Kelly Green by DecoArt is very different from the Kelly Green made by FolkArt. So that's why I put the brand names in as well as the names of the paint. So that's all cleared up, unless it's clear as mud. But I do list everything in the description below. And there's a ton of really good information down there as well. There's information about tools that I've used and where to get them. There's links to other videos of mine to show you how to resin, how to make your own fine lining brush, things like that. As well as links to a few companies that I use their tools. So in particular, the tools I'm using today are from the Ditting Center. These are my absolute favorite. I do have other tools that I use periodically, but these ones are my favorite. They're from the Ditting Center. There's a link in the description below and a discount code. So if you use my discount code that's listed, you get 10% off of your purchase. So these tools are absolutely amazing. They fit my hand so nice. They've got like a finger grip area. They're double-sided. They're numbered. They're just amazing. I can't say enough good things about these. They are my go-to. But that doesn't mean that you have to go and buy them yourself. You can use anything. My first tools that I used when I first started doing dotting mandalas were drill bits, and they worked great, but they were heavy. So that's why I sort of stepped up to acrylic rods, and then I went to another dotting set that I had purchased, and then I found these, and these are my fave. So as I've been bragging about my tools, I have been busy doing my dotting. So I started off with a large center dot of red. This is Festive red. I used a lot of metallics in this, so again, all listed in the description below. But I used Festive red, it's a metallic center dot. Then I used white by DecoArt to go around that big dot. And then I used the Festive red again, smaller dots with even smaller green dots. And you can't really see them, but you could always pause the video and you might be able to blow it up. I'm not sure. I've never tried. But there are little green dots in between those red ones. Then another row of white dots. And then a row of green dots with gold little dots in between. So that green is Festive green that I'm using. And then I went back to the Festive red, and now I am just walking the dots only on one side. So I didn't do both sides, I just did one side. It's kind of like a pinwheel effect. And now I'm putting on the Christmas tree. So I'm just doing basically a pyramid, so 3 dots, and I'm doing it in every other section of the drawn out grid lines there. Um, so I do 3 dots on the bottom, then 2 dots, and then one. So it's a pyramid, but it gives the illusion of like a Christmas tree. So that's why this is called the Christmas tree mandala. So, and the green that I'm using for this is holiday green. It's just by Craftsmart, and I use just a plain color for this because I go in and I do top dots with festive green. So actually, yes, I use festive green in here, and then I have another metallic paint that I use. It's called crystal green, and I use in the interior of the mandala, and we'll get to that soon. But I just do this all the way around, making sure that they're as symmetrical as possible. Nobody's perfect. We're all human, so it's all good. But what I feel is those little mistakes that you know about is what makes it unique and truly yours. So I don't, unless the mistake is like oblivious and it's like a massive one that I've got to fix, I usually don't bother fixing the little ones because that's what makes it truly unique and one of a kind. So, and I have a very hard time duplicating. So once this design is done, I could try to do it again, and it could resemble the same style, but the little corner of my creative brain takes over and I do things differently. So, which is kind of neat because I'll never have two of the same thing. Um, Let me know if that happens to you. If you're trying to duplicate something or trying to do like a series of the same thing, if your creativity just sort of takes you into a different realm. I'd be really interested to know. Happens to me all the time. So now I'm putting on some of the gold dots. I put in some bigger gold dots between each of the trees, and now I'm just doing some of my top dots. So on the red, I am doing Festive red. I'm putting that on the bigger red dots, and then I also go into the little green dots in the circle, and I put on crystal green. And then on, like I said, on the Christmas trees, I use festive green. So I just do that all the way around and give them their top dots, and just gives them that glitter because this is a Christmas tree ornament, and you know, all things Christmas I find have to have glitter or bling bling or shine, shimmer, you know, all of those really shiny kind of colors. So I really really like doing these little mandalas. They're very, for me, they're quick and easy, but they're so elegant once they're completed. Let me know if you like this design. Give me the thumbs up is the easiest way to do it. If you're new, please subscribe. I would love to have you part of my Northern Pieces family. And ring that little bell. It'll give you a notification whenever I post something new. And with this being the 12 days of Christmas, or 12 days of Christmas ornaments, you don't want to miss anything. So I urge you to do all of that. You can also go to my description and follow me on Facebook. You can follow me on Instagram. And there's a link there to my Etsy shop, so which I will be opening in the new year. and has been on vacation mode for a little while. But I've got all sorts of a new stock that I'm going to be putting up, and it will be opening on January the 2nd of 2025. I'm like, wow, that's like so weird, 2025. Anyway, so now I'm just doing some more walking the dots, adding some more white. It just sort of brings everything together and draws your eye from the center out to the edges, and really ties everything in together. And that's why that I am doing this. Let me know in the comments too if this is something that you would like to try, or if there is something that I haven't done yet and you would like to see me do. I can be the one who gives it a go and gives you tips and tricks as I go along, or maybe it's something that you just want to watch me paint. I'm up for anything. I will be honest that I cannot do people. I have tried so many times. I'm just not a people person to paint anyways. I can't do it. There's just something about the symmetrical part of it. Even though I'm doing something right now that's very symmetrical, it's not as detailed as a person. So just anything else other than that. Even something very creative, maybe a mandala with specific colors that you want to see. I'm up for the challenge. I'm up for ideas. Anything that you can throw at me, I will give it a try. So having said that, I am now basically adding dots of the same size in gold. And of course, this is Glorious Gold by DecoArt, my fave. And I'm just adding these around the very edge because this is going to be the sort of the border, the frame around this ornament, and it's going to finish it right off. So I'm doing this while all the other stuff on the inside is drying, so that I'm staying away from possibly smearing it or resting my fingers in it. I have done that so many times, and yeah, I always end up with paint all over my hands. If I'm not covered in paint, then something's wrong. I wasn't really getting into my work. So, but I do always end up with paint on my hands. I do have a painting sweater that I wear because I do also get paint on myself and my clothing. So I do have a painting outfit that I wear, so that if I get paint on that, it's okay. And it saves all of my other clothes from getting ruined by paint. Although I sometimes get so involved with painting that I forget to change and end up with a color on my sleeve. So it does happen, but I do have a painting outfit that I tend to wear so that I don't get paint all over my good clothes. Let me know if you have the same thing once you get into painting, if you have a specific shirt that you wear, or anything like that, just to protect your clothing. I'd be interested to know. It's just an easier way for me to make sure I'm not destroying more things than I need to. I am a very sloppy painter, so but only on myself, not on the actual painting. So that's a good thing. So now I'm putting on those top dots for the Christmas tree, like I said that I would do. And this is the Festive Green from DecoArt, and it's metallic. And it looks so pretty once you get these top dots on. I'm using a nail stylist, or sorry, this is an embossing stylist tool that I had once. I used to scrapbook quite a bit. So this is one of those tools that I used in my scrapbooking, but I now use it for dotting. And it's smaller, slightly smaller than the dots that are already there. So that way, that dot that's been laid first now is like the outline. And then this is sort of the paint that I'm putting on now is the focal point, but the dark one behind it is encasing it. So it gives it that 3D look, which is kind of neat. It's what I love about doing these dots, the dot mandalas, and anything with dots, because it's just, everything is so fun, so cool, and I find it's very relaxing. And because you have to focus so hard, I find that if I'm having a bad day, this is what I do, because I don't focus on what happened to make it a bad day. I'm now focusing on getting my paint down properly and equally. So I'm just dragging a gold dot from the Christmas tree down to act as the trunk. And now I'm just coloring in that topper. So there you have it, folks. Life is what you make it. So get creative.